Manchester United offered their own captain's head on a platter. Al Hilal, one of the wealthiest clubs on earth, put £700,000 a week on the table. Tax-free. Part of a deal reportedly worth £200 million over 3 years. The transfer fee? £100 million. The most expensive sale in Manchester United's history. More than Ronaldo. More than Pogba. More than anyone. And the club's response? If you want to go, that's fine. He stayed. But the reason why has nothing to do with loyalty. Bruno Fernandes didn't arrive at Old Trafford on a red carpet. He started his career in Serie B, Italian second division football. Nevera. Nobody. Nothing. From there, Udinese. Sampdoria. And then the move that changed everything, Sporting CP, 2017, €8.5 million. What he did there was absurd. In his final season alone, 33 goals. Every competition. The highest scoring midfielder in Europe. Full stop. Back-to-back league titles. Back-to-back Player of the Year awards. English clubs came circling. United moved first. January 30th, 2020. €55 million, rising to €80 million with add-ons. Done. What happened next? Electric doesn't cover it. He won Premier League Player of the Month in his first full month. Then he won it again the next month. The first United player to do that since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2006-07. He broke Frank Lampard's record for the most goals by a Premier League midfielder in a single season. Lampard had 27. Bruno hit 28. First player ever to win 4 Premier League Player of the Month awards in a single calendar year. Fastest player in league history to reach 5 goals and 5 assists. Over 300 matches. Over 100 goals. Over 90 assists. FA Cup, FL Cup. One name on every team sheet. Through every manager. Every crisis. Every false dawn. Bruno Fernandes. But here's what nobody saw clearly enough. Behind every one of those records, this man was watching his club quietly fall to pieces. And in the summer of 2025, he came closer to walking out than anyone really understood. Let's talk about how bad it actually got. Under Erik Ten Hag, Manchester United finished 15th in the Premier League. The lowest in the club's entire history. Then they lost the Europa League final 1-0 to Tottenham. No Champions League. No European football. Nothing. Ten Hag was already gone by then. Sacked in November 2024, replaced by Ruben Amorim. Amorim promptly shipped Rashford to Barcelona, Sancho to Aston Villa, Antony permanently to Real Betis. The squad was being gutted. The dressing room was in free fall. And that's when Al Hilal walked in. Their president called Bruno directly. Club legend Ruben Neves, already in Riyadh, sent him a personal message. Come, let's talk. The offer, £700,000 a week, tax-free. £200 million across 3 years. A £100 million fee to United. They gave him 72 hours to decide. A final and binding offer. And what was Manchester United's position? Bruno told Canal 11, and he didn't hold back. The club wanted me to go. I have that in my head. I told the directors this, but I think they didn't have the courage to make that decision. He kept going. From the club's side, I felt a bit like, if you leave, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me. More than hurting, it makes me sad, because I'm a player they have nothing to criticize about. I'm always available, I always play, good or bad. I give my all. Read that again. The club captain. 300+ appearances. 2 trophies. A player performing at an elite level in a 15th place team. And the club supposedly signaled, through silence, through inaction, that the door was open. One man changed it. Ruben Amorim called him. Told him he was wanted. Told him he was central to everything being built. That conversation mattered. But there was something else that mattered more. People assumed Bruno stayed out of loyalty. Devotion to the badge. Old school romance. He shut that down immediately. Sitting with Gary Neville on Sky Sports, he was ice cold about it. It's not a question of loyalty. I could have gone 2 years ago, 3 years ago, last season. And then this. I think that being successful at this club is something I can never get at any other club in the world. The day I get what I want from this club, I don't think I will get that feeling anywhere else on the planet. His wife made it even simpler. She asked him one question: had he already achieved everything he wanted at United? He hadn't. And he knew it. I'm not sure if I'll ever do it, win the Premier League or the Champions League, but if I don't try, I definitely won't. That's it. That's the whole story. Not loyalty. Not sentiment. Not the badge. Pure, burning, unfinished ambition. The refusal to let his United career end as a footnote in a chapter called failure. He turned down £700,000 a week. He turned down £200 million. He turned down the Club World Cup in the Saudi sun alongside his friends. Because 2 trophies, the ones that define careers, still haven't been his at Old Trafford. And it wasn't even the first time. In that same Canal 11 interview, Bruno dropped another bomb. I was going to leave a season ago. I won't say where, but I would have won many trophies that season. Summer 2024. A mystery club, a top European side, analysts believe, that went on to have a successful season while United were being humiliated in the Premier League. He was that close. Twice. And through all of it, the departures, the manager changes, the dressing room rebuilt from scratch, Bruno Fernandes kept showing up. 2024-25. 19 goals, 19 assists. In a 15th place side. Elite numbers in the wreckage. 2025-26, 8 goals, 20 Premier League assists already, the most of any player in the division. Creating more chances than anyone in the league. A player at that level was nearly allowed to leave because the club was open to it. And then the ground shifted again. Ruben Amorim, the manager who fought to keep him, was sacked at the start of 2026. Al Hilal came back immediately. New offer. £100 million fee. Around £600,000 a week. But according to BBC Sport, Bruno isn't planning to leave. He's committed to seeing the season out. He keeps turning up. He keeps leading. His contract runs to 2027, with an option for another year. By summer 2026, he'll have 1 year remaining. United are already planning midfield recruitment regardless. Elliot Anderson. Carlos Baleba. Adam Wharton. Up to £100 million earmarked. Whether Bruno is part of the next chapter depends on one thing. Can this club give him a real shot at the Premier League or Champions League? Because he's been clear. I could have expressed a desire to leave. I could have refused to train to force a transfer. I never did that. That says everything. But ambition has a shelf life. And if another summer arrives without a credible plan, even Bruno Fernandes might finally decide the dream is done. So here's the question. If you were Bruno, do you stay and keep chasing it with Manchester United? Or do you take the £200 million, take the sunshine, and build your legacy somewhere it's actually appreciated? Drop it in the comments. Because there is no right answer here. If this video got you thinking, hit like. It genuinely helps more people find it. And subscribe if you want more stories like this one. See you in the next one.